kids, you're welcome to math class today. Our topic today is area. Yes, today we're going to talk about area. So, what is an area? Well, an area is the amount of space inside a flat shape or a 2D shape. It can also be defined as the amount of space inside a shape. It is as simple as that. An area is the amount of space inside a shape. Now, remember last week we talked about the perimeter. We said that the perimeter is the space around the shape. Remember, we took a walk around a rectangle and we said that the space around the shape is the perimeter. But today, we're learning that an area is the space inside of a shape. Okay, so you see the difference? While the perimeter is the space outside, an area is the space inside the shape. Okay? Now, what are the objectives? What are we going to learn today? Well, at the end of today's lesson, we will be able to define an area, write the formula for solving areas of rectangles, and find the areas of rectangles using its formula. So today's class is going to be interesting. All right, let's get started. How do we find the area of a rectangle? Having said that the area is the space inside the shape, so how do we find the area? Is there a formula? Well, to find the area of a shape, you have to use multiplication. Really? So, let's take the area of a rectangle, for instance. How do we find the area of a rectangle? Well, to work out the area of a rectangle, multiply its length. The length is the longer side, okay? You multiply it by its width. The width is the same as the breadth, which is the shorter side. Okay? So what is the formula? Well, the formula of an area is length times width, or length times breadth. Okay? Now, formula for finding the area of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle equals length times breadth. This can be shortened to L times B, meaning the L means length and the B breadth. Okay? The sides of the lengths are equal. Please do not forget that. The sides of the length are equal and the sides of the breadth are equal as well. Okay? The length we have said is the long side and the breadth is the short side. So, just like most math classes, we always give you rules. So I'm going to give you some rules to follow when finding the areas of rectangles. Okay, so rule number 1, master your formula. Okay, very important. So what's the formula here? Length times breadth or width. Okay, you must know that. 2, know your multiplication tables. Nobody is going to help you with that. You have to master your multiplication tables. And 3, identify the length and the breadth sides. Okay, so we have always said the long side is the length and the shorter side is the breadth. So make sure you identify both sides. Okay, now let's look at some examples. Example number 1. Find the area of a rectangle whose length is 5 centimeters and breadth 3 centimeters. So what are you going to do? Remember, you must always put down the formula. So the formula here is length times breadth, which is L times B. Okay, so what is the length? The length is 5 centimeters and the breadth or the width is 3 centimeters. So 5 times 3 will give you 15 centimeters. Now if you look closely, you will see a tiny 2 there. Now that 2 means square. So our answer is 50 centimeters square. And it is squared because we measured in 2 dimensions, length and breadth. Okay, so 2 there means square. So 15 centimeters squared. All right. Example number 2. What is the area of the shape below? Now, what are you going to do? The length is 6 centimeters and the width or the breadth is 4 centimeters. So remember the formula is length times breadth, which is L times B. So that means 6 centimeters times 4 centimeters, and that will give you what? 24. Remember, always leave your answers in the unit that is provided. In this case, we have centimeters, so we have 24 centimeters squared. Don't forget the little tiny 2. Okay? Now, here is a summary of what we have learned in today's class. 1, we have learned that the area of a rectangle is the amount of space within or inside the rectangle. Okay? We have also learned the formula for finding the area of a rectangle, and that is length times breadth. And when shortened, it is written as L times B. Simple, right? Yeah. Please note that L means length and B means breadth. I'm sure this covers what we have learned today, and I hope the lesson is crystal clear. Now remember, if you have any question, you can always ask me. Okay, but before we go, I have my evaluation as always. Easy peasy. Find the area of the following rectangles. Okay, make sure you read carefully and don't forget your formula. Write the formula down before you solve, okay? And I like to see your workings. Show your working. That'll be all, kids.
That's all, folks.